looky here. It's the Pat and JT Podcast.
Pat and JT Podcast.
It is the Pat and JT Podcast, and this is episode 189, which is very exciting. It's Pat and JT, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, our website is just Pat and JT. I always say that. It's
just.
See, but everything
nice.
else for us is it's Pat and JT. So if I say, hey, our website is Pat and JT, it's like, no, the website is patandjt.com.
PatandJT.com.
So have you gotten people that, like, I typed in, it's just Pat and JT.
Yeah.
As I talk before you intro who I am.
That's okay.
But,
Don't worry about it. I
sorry.
got to figure out which one of these is my headphones.
Yeah, all you really had to do, Nick Bahe is on with us, is just laugh, and everybody would know.
Yeah.
We had somebody in the office the other day,
not
a
good.
client, and they're like, hey, is that Nick Bahe? Jill was in the meeting with him. Is that Nick Bahe? And she's like, yeah, it was. He goes, couldn't pick that guy out of a crowd, but man, I could tell that laugh from a mile away.
Maybe, you know how you see like certain James Bond movies, Mission Impossible, and you have some super like high-tech way to enter into a lockdown facility,
Yeah.
and they either got to get your eye or your fingerprint. For me, I'll walk up to the door, I'll laugh, and they'll be, welcome, Mr. Bahe.
So then
Yes.
you have your phone at the bar, and the only way to get in is your laugh. So you're sitting at the bar drunk at 2 a.m.
That's next. That's the next
creepy
thing.
is that?
That's
Your
the
voice
next thing.
print? Oh
What's
my
so funny?
God.
No, nothing. I'm just giving. Just gotta.
They
gotta
just
check my
flush you.
email.
Shut up. How frustrating.
That's not good. That's not
Oh
good.
my God. So Nick Bahe's on our podcast. And excited to have you in here because you just launched your podcast.
It's officially out today.
It's
Yes,
going.
This is it. So we're having you on ours to celebrate your new podcast.
Yes, I am.
So
I'm excited.
So excited for you. Had a great article in the paper last week. And people going to nickbahe.com,
Yep.
signing up, subscribing. Make sure you get on that list so you don't miss an episode.
Yeah.
This week is going to be crazy for
Oh,
you.
we got a lot of good stuff this week. I mean,
And I see, and I was this close like 10 times this past weekend when people were tweeting and stuff going, you can't wait till you see here.
wait.
Just wait. And I'm like, yeah, Nick has to do it. I can't do it.
it's been hard, especially
Has
I'll
it?
run into random people on the street, and something will come up about what's happening next with you, and I'm
yeah.
like, I can tell them, right? Like there were so many times where I acted like I had confidential information.
Right.
Right.
I'm launching a podcast. Like this is like
You're getting in
of
trouble.
high level stuff here that only a couple people can know about. But no, I'm pumped, and we got a bunch of good stuff this week.
Exactly. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
Can you kind of give an idea of who your guest lineup is? Or?
Okay, so Barrett Ruud's dropping today.
That's the inaugural episode.
Guys, it's football season.
Yeah.
Who
I'm
better?
like, who?
Current
It
coach
took
at
me
Nebraska.
like 5 seconds to be like, we're gonna go ahead and go with Barrett as
Yeah.
numero uno.
Probably a good call.
And he was amazing, by the way. I mean,
awesome.
getting him to sit down during camp,
Yeah.
where they're sun up to sundown. He told me on the podcast. Well, you won't believe what time he wakes up every morning. There's a tease to listen to the
There you go.
podcast, but it's
Oh,
So
my
go.
God.
I mean, it's
Subscribe to
nuts.
nickbahe.com.
It is nuts. I got Kevin Kugler coming on the pod, as I got something in my eye. I got Bo Ruud sat down for 90 minutes, and we talked about a bunch of different things. Rob Stone of Fox is going to come on. He's going to be hosting college football, Fox's college football pregame show. We'll talk to him about that because that is a Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, Brady Quinn, Urban Meyer.
Jeez.
Get his thoughts on what that
That's a
that
hell
show
of a
could be.
lineup they
Oh,
have.
God. I mean, that's
and
like
it's
the
about,
dream team.
It's
you know?
about time that there was some competition.
That's exactly
Right.
right.
Why has no
Right?
one? How long has it been? 25
Because-
years
Oh,
with
God.
ESPN?
You know what? I think they were afraid of it. It's like nobody wanted to poke the bear, and because you had the
like-
legends
Yes.
sitting at the table.
It's like, I'd imagine if you're a fast food burger chain, you're like, do we really want to go after McDonald's?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if we really want to try this. That's kind of how game day's
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
But when you think about that lineup of that's a who's who of Urban Meyer, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, Brady Quinn, Rob Stone. So Rob's great. Get a sense of what that show's going to be like. He also talks a little bit about college football and what to expect for just the season.
Cool.
And then of course, I mean, how can I ever do anything in life without having Matt Schick involved?
Oh, if he wasn't part of your first week,
I think people would be like, People Magazine
Are you
would have an
mad?
article.
Are you fighting? Star Trek
on
and
the
People
rocks?
Magazine?
Schick and Nick on the rocks. He went to dinner with Bo Ruud. Their thing now.
It's Us Weekly on the cover.
Yeah, that's what it
A
is.
sketchy
So-
picture of him and Kelly walking out of a Cracker
Pixelated.
Barrel.
Yeah,
all
just
crying.
angry,
Yeah,
like
mad.
consoling each other.
Yeah, with a Bible in their hand.
Yeah,
They're just
it'd
like,
be
this is a
amazing.
big deal.
But yeah, I mean, a week full of football, fun conversations. The thing that is really cool. So, I mean, I've talked to Kevin weekly for the better part of like 6-7 years.
Right.
Barrett's been on radio shows with me. Same thing with Bo. And by far the best conversations I've had with them, the best content I've provided with them happened doing podcasting.
Doing
with
your
them.
podcast.
That can't be a coincidence.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, it can't be a coincidence. Being able to really sit down, deep dive, talk for an hour, for an hour and a half. I'm just telling you guys, this first week, I'm really proud of these conversations.
Yeah, man, you should be. So, and
have.
some of the stories that that
Any of them.
that any of them have told are stories that you've even said a couple times coming out of the studio. You're like, I've never heard that story before about Husker football, or whether it's about something. Just like I've never heard that one.
Because you know why? Because you didn't have to break the energy. You didn't have to break the flow.
Because here's the thing.
It leads. One thing leads to another.
Yeah. When you're in radio, you're trying to listen, right? You got one eye on the clock. You're trying to. You have to reset who you're talking to. All those things, and the big thing is you have a hard break. 8 minutes, you're out.
Max.
You know?
Yeah.
Max. Sometimes it's 4 minutes. Sometimes it's 5. And it's hard to get deep. It's hard to really just have an in-depth conversation.
You know, something too you might add to that is that when you go to a commercial break, and even if you keep the guest for the other side, you break the entire deal, because you go to break and then you look at each other and it's like, okay, we're out of character.
Right.
Or
even though
it's
how
the
many
same
of you
person.
in radio
Yeah.
have had an in-studio guest and you'll be talking to them, you'll go to break, and you'll have an amazing conversation during the break.
Yeah.
And you
you're
can't
like,
recreate
crap,
it.
why wasn't that on the...
Yeah.
And
then you go back on, it's like...
and you try to recreate it, and that genie has left the
It's
bottle.
gone. and so just able to get an hour straight with Barrett, get an hour straight with Kevin, get 90 straight minutes with Bo Ruud, to be able to get into... I mean, I heard stories from Kevin about unsportsmanlike conduct I've never heard before.
Right.
It was interesting to hear Kevin open up about how he deals with criticism in the media, via social media, when he's calling games, different things with Barrett, anecdotes about Scott Frost, different things that I've had beers with Barrett, talked to Barrett, and we've just never gotten to that place. And I think podcasting and this platform and this format helped bring all that stuff out.
Now I can see why you and Bo would never get to that place, because you guys, I have never heard such an absolute in my entire life.
Bad for you.
It was but it was glorious.
It was glorious.
It was first of all, you guys are both really screamy and like yelling, getting excited, and your laughs loud.
Yeah.
And you guys would talk, and there was some great stuff, like awesome talking about the season and specific players. But then you also talked about Mount Rushmore. You did president impersonations. I don't know how you guys.
Ridiculous.
You guys got to Z, but I don't know how you got there.
I don't
no
know
beer.
how we did either.
No, there was no beer.
And with no beer.
Yeah,
Can you
that's right.
imagine
Coffee
that?
and water.
I've never seen anything like it before.
It was. See,
It was
I will say
awesome.
this. I conveniently left Bo out on how I learned stuff about Kevin I didn't know. There wasn't anything about Bo that I didn't. Bo and I, there's
How long have you
nothing
known
in there.
Bo?
Literally my whole life. Like if you lay down two infants, that
was
me
you
and
guys.
Bo. And so there isn't anything.
You knew
going
everything in
on.
his closet. You knew
Everything.
Everything.
When
He
I would
knew
when I would
everything.
go spend the night at Bo and Barrett's house growing up, and there was for like 2 straight years, I'd spend the night at their house every Saturday night.
Awesome.
And they shared a bedroom, Bo and Barrett did, and they slept on twin beds, and so the little single beds,
Yeah.
and then I would sleep on the floor in between them.
In your sleeping bag.
Right, guys. Good night. And so we would watch TV. We'd watch Snick. You guys probably don't. Nickelodeon was like Ren and Stimpy,
Yes.
all that stuff. But there was a show called Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Ooh, I don't
on
remember that.
Nickelodeon.
No.
Like a kid's scary show.
Right.
And Barrett Ruud, the all-time tackle leader, history in Nebraska football, 8-year NFL vet, badass, all that stuff. Every time, I gotta go downstairs for a second.
He was scared?
He was scared of
Was he
Are You Afraid of the Dark? And
I'm going to go upstairs for a sec. I'm right back.
every time. And then after like 2 straight weeks, Bo and I look at each other like, is he?
He's
scared.
Because he would
hiding.
conveniently come back for Saturday Night Live. And I was like, oh, okay, you're afraid.
I got it.
You are
Chicken.
afraid. But Bo's going to be a big part of my podcast. We're going to do a lot together, a lot of Nebraska football reaction shows, all that stuff. So Bo's going to be a big fixture in the Nick Bahe.
And after the first week, you're doing 5 the first week.
Yes.
This week, 5. And then after that, you're going to what schedule?
2 a week. Probably drop Sunday night, Monday morning, get you kind of the reaction to the weekend of football, in particular Nebraska football.
Right, little recap,
all that stuff. God knows what Bo and I will talk about, though. And then,
plan.
Probably Thursday afternoon-ish, just sometime Thursday, come out with all the things that have happened throughout the week. Hopefully grab a cool interview, a long-form guest, couple of my takes, and then get you set for
that
the next
weekend.
week of Husker football and college football and maybe a little NFL as well. So we're coming out with a bang.
Yeah.
1 podcast a day for the first 5 days as we're launching this bad boy. Mm-hmm. And then we'll go to 2 a week.
So why did you
great.
decide? Why did you make that decision to it's time now? I mean, you're still on Fox Sports doing basketball analysis and games. Why now podcasting? Why now?
I think Schick had a line when he left KETV to come to do the Schick and Nick show, where it was, he said something to the effect of, if you're not growing, you're dying. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I don't want to say hit a ceiling with radio, but I felt like to a certain extent, I was a little bit on autopilot. I didn't feel like I was getting outside my comfort zone, forcing myself to grow, forcing myself to evolve. And there was that aspect of it. And then I've always just loved podcasts. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes you have to hold a mirror up to yourself and go, okay, what are my daily habits? What am I passionate about? And how can those things become what you do every day?
Mm-hmm.
And in a way you can support your family.
How you support your family, how you make a living, all those things. And to me, my contract was up at the radio station, and the stars just kind of aligned for me to really take this leap. This is something that has been on my mind for a long time. God, I wonder what, you sit there and you can't fight what you think about when your head hits the pillow at night.
Right.
And I'm just like, man, I just do my own podcast. I feel like I could
explore
some
things.
Because
you can go in a different direction because you are I guess really regulated by the type of show that you do.
Sure.
So it's like here are the borders of your radio show, and this is the kind of radio station we are, and this is the kind of content you have to produce.
Yep.
And so this is what you do. We were in the same thing. We were and I loved it.
Yeah. Just got comfortable.
Got comfortable. We absolutely loved it. But now all of a sudden we can talk to people we couldn't talk to on our station for longer, and talk about things that we didn't necessarily talk about on the station, and get deeper into that some of that stuff, and be able to tell stories long form. That's the biggest thing that I love, is that we don't have to just do the real quick synopsis and be careful with your words. You got to select your words carefully because you only get so many.
Totally.
Right.
Yep.
And that's what I'm just excited. I guess when I finished recording the Barrett Ruud interview or conversation, Pat, we were at my parents' house, and
which is the first 10 seconds of that episode, you literally look at Barrett and you're like, okay, let's be real here. We are at my parents' house.
Let's
at the
not
dining room
act
table.
like we're at Memorial Stadium at the 50-yard line or something like that.
And I've got so many great pictures. That's right. You'll see. They're up there.
Ridiculous. But I just know how I felt when that conversation, when it was over. I couldn't go to sleep that night.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't fall asleep till 1 o'clock in the morning. I called Bo, I called my wife. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I haven't felt that high in a while.
Yeah.
And there's something to your body telling you, like, more.
You did the good thing.
More.
You did a good thing.
This is great. This is good. And you're totally right of being able to, you have parameters. You have freedom within those parameters to a certain extent, but there are parameters. This
holds barred.
is cage free, baby. Yeah. And you're able to totally
free range bar.
Yeah, cage free eggs and podcasting. That's what
free
we're
range
doing.
bar.
Yeah, not good. And I'm just excited to see where that goes. And especially I was doing a solo show.
Yeah.
And now there's still gonna be times where I'm gonna be, having takes of mine that I'm by myself. But what's fun too is to like bring someone else in and just dive into the deep end. You know what I mean? Just dive into the deep end. Let's go some places. Let's really chat. And so I am just
What's your wife think about it?
Oh, she is.
She
This
pumped?
is the most excited she's been for the record. My wife's just so unimpressed with me. She doesn't think I'm funny. She doesn't think I'm that interesting. Like, I mean, basically to her, it's like I don't see it. I don't get it. I don't get why you're that. I don't get why people are interested in anything. But she has been, because she likes podcasts. She loves you guys. She loves Dax Shepard.
Nice.
And I think she sees what that was. She wasn't a sports talk like she wasn't. She doesn't listen to sports talk radio, you know. And so now it's like her worlds are colliding. She likes podcasts. I'm going to be doing a podcast.
So she's going to like you again.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to catch on her phone, be like, you have not subscribed.
Yeah.
So
Are you going to watch it? Is it?
I see.
I can see you already. He's going to go through the list.
I'm going to go through and be like, let me see.
Who did you discover that was following him?
That subscribe. Yeah, Bruce Rasmussen is subscribed
Creighton
to your
athletic director.
to your
Yeah.
updates. Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Not that Pat's going to be checking up on you or anything, or not that you're going to be scrolling to see who's. But just going to say, if you're a friend
Yeah.
of Nick's,
You better.
you
be,
might want to just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, you could be sitting on some like. You maybe need to have a talk with your
Buddy
dad.
or your dad.
Says he loves you, but he's not subscribed.
He didn't subscribe. Does he really love
See
you?
right through it.
If you really loved me, I'm waiting for that argument with my wife, like in the kitchen at night. Like, if you really loved me, you would have downloaded my podcast. You would have subscribed, rated, and reviewed me. You said you listened, but I checked your podcast.
No reviews, no rates.
It wasn't downloaded.
No IMs, no Facebook Messenger, no tag.
None
You don't
of
care
that.
about that.
No, I
you
don't
look
care.
at your history of your subscription.
That's my new thing now.
Yeah.
I want to see how much. Don't tell me you love me. Show me you've subscribed
That's
and
right.
Show
downloaded
me.
to my podcast.
Actions speak louder than words.
That's right, baby. That's it. You know, and speaking of which, too, the fun part too with
that's
with the podcast is you can tell so much information.
Yeah.
It's so different from radio. You can't prove anything.
Sometimes you're like,
we know
"Hang
that.
on, am I out there?" You know, you're like, "Am I there?"
And there's no way to prove that somebody listened to you, right?
Yeah.
But you know exactly how many people did, how many people listened, how much of it they listened to, where they were listening. Not in your house, but I mean, what city?
Toilet. Bill. Toilet. 20 minutes.
Right.
Like, all right, Bill.
That's all right.
Get it together. Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you out, man. But you can tell, like, countries blew us away.
You said how many countries you have?
7 countries.
7, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
Now, time out though.
Yeah.
Have you traced that at all? Like,
Yes.
in terms of, do you have any idea who these people like?
You can't tell who the people are.
But we have a good
you know,
idea.
like, hey, that's my friend Ted. He lives in.
We have one. We have
Taiwan.
a listener that we know for sure in South Korea that moved from here, military.
Okay.
in there.
military. I think
Okay.
most of them are military.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess I didn't think about that.
that's the
hey,
gonna be connection.
Yeah.
So
Still West Virginia. No
West
downloads.
Virginia, nothing.
I mean,
Talk about a
jerks.
foreign country, though. Whatever.
They're talking trash about West Virginia.
Got to be careful.
Again,
They don't know.
We checked. We grabbed West Virginia's phone when they were at the conference.
Yeah.
We didn't download or subscribe. So screw you.
Yeah.
Screw you, West Virginia.
Fine, West
Build that wall
Virginia.
around
I
West
need
What are
you.
West Virginia- what's-
Virginia was enough.
Right.
We don't need a West Virginia.
No, we're fine. Yeah, you think you're just going to help them out, right?
Yeah.
We don't need more of that.
Just don't want to be
Ask-
Virginia. West
Yeah,
Virginia.
ask North Dakota about South Dakota, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
You're like, this is-
Ridiculous.
Can't you come up with your own name?
Come on. How long did that take? I love it. Yeah, when naming West Virginia. Like, what do you guys think? We're a little bit west of Virginia.
Ding right there.
Let's go West Virginia. We got all right. Let's go to lunch.
Let's do it. We already know how to spell it.
You
Let's
have
do
an
it.
opportunity to name your state, and you come up with West Virginia,
I mean, that's pretty bad.
North Dakota, South
South
right.
Dakota.
I mean,
right?
come on.
Right.
Really? We could have picked something completely different. Been
I
our own
hope North
state.
Dakota and South Dakota they did it together at the same time, and it was like matching tattoos. You're North, I'm South.
But
Or
there was some
keeping
kind
Dakota.
there was a fight in the family somehow because somebody drew a line down the middle of the
someone was
bedroom.
like, you-
right?
yeah, I would love
We're
to
gonna
know
put
what that
tape down the
was.
middle of the house because you can't come over here anymore.
There's
I have a
line
feeling there
here.
were matching tramp stamps too.
Very much
They weren't
so.
just arm
no
tattoos.
Question. The
They
matching
were-
tramp stamp.
Yeah, son or something like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Carolinas are another one, right? What do you
Yeah,
expect?
Come on. It's ridiculous.
Come on.
Totally ridiculous.
I know what you're all thinking. I know. The
That-
Carolinas. That's where all my NASCAR friends are.
That-
so,
right.
Whatever.
that. That conversation right there was one that you could have easily plucked out of the conversation that you and the Bo.
Totally.
Because you would be talking about going to scheme or talking about Scott Frost and instantly talking about the Continental Congress naming North Dakota.
We were talking. I think at some point I asked Bo what he likes about Scott Frost, and then we ended up doing JFK impressions and George Bush. I don't know.
Yeah. I think there was Trump, there was George Bush, or was it Dana Carvey? One of the two. And then
I think it was Dana Carvey doing George Bush.
It was an intense.
It was a third degree of impression.
And there was Clinton, I think, in there.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, it was.
And you guys were trying to do your impression of Scott Frost.
And I can't do. I'm usually a decent impressionist when it comes to coaches around here.
Because Bill Self, Kansas head coach, you can do that.
I can do a Coach Self. I can
You
do
know
a
what,
Coach
though?
Altman.
Remember when President Obama was first elected?
Yeah.
Everybody was stymied. It was like the comedians were like, I
can't do this guy.
I can't do
Talks too normal.
And now once they found that guy, and it's like,
Right.
that's what it is.
Now,
you got
now
it.
he seems like he's
Yeah.
he's down here.
Yeah.
Yes,
right?
You to listen to this podcast here. And that's what
it's all
American
about where
people-
the syllable
Right?
the accent syllable.
But it was nobody could
my
see it at
Obama's always
first.
just like, as one word is ending, it's almost like he lost his train of thought, and then he comes.
He goes,
Right.
It's
Now
like somebody poked
this
him.
podcast, you got to download it. And you got to listen. Like that's what
That
it
is
is.
so true.
It's true. But
like I would all the time be like, whoa.
on the edge of my seat, man. But at first nobody could do it.
No one could do it. Now everyone can
He
do
was-
it. So maybe
it was-
that'll be Frost.
I
Can you?
think eventually
Frost
you'll
is
get
like
Frost.
Try Frost. Try it. Let me close my eyes and see.
I can't. Okay. It's like I told the guys. No, that's not it.
That's a little too southern.
He's very monotone.
He's very monotone. There's no.
No,
Even he's like,
yes.
even when he's like tries to say he's excited, I'm just really excited about.
I don't
like,
buy
Are
it.
you?
No,
Scott?
you're not.
I don't buy
I
it.
think when he got married, he was like, "This is the happiest day of my life." His wife was like, "What? Are you sure?"
Oh my God.
He just never. I need to. I don't have. He doesn't have. Mike Riley was here, and he was.
Yes.
He
had it.
hip hip hooray.
Yeah.
That's what
I got to get home and watch
Hotspot.
Matlock.
Yes.
and
Yes.
Bingo and various kinds of prune juices and.
He was easy.
fridge.
Bo was easy.
Bo, I told the guys, you're doing some good things. You have some plays. Those guys had defining things, but Scott just doesn't. He doesn't have.
It's the hat. He's got the hat always cocked
and
to the
it's
side.
it's not.
And he's from
fully
central
to the
Nebraska.
side.
Right,
Yeah.
but it's
I
kind
mean,
of it's
it's
kind of
like
thug.
the-
It's kind of street a little bit.
It is a little.
Yeah, like
I don't
Yeah.
know whether or not I'm like, are you like, you got like a little like gangster thug swag,
Right,
or
a
are
little bit.
you like Wood River?
Right.
Sitting on the bed of a pickup truck
think
with
that's
some
it.
bush light. Like he
Yeah.
has both going for
He's
him.
got it going right
And I'd
there.
almost be more scared of the Wood River
I would too.
tailgate of the truck thug than street
Yeah.
thug.
Totally.
Any day.
I'd see those two fight. Yeah, the
So, yeah, there's no question about
Wood
it. But
River
he's-
thug.
He's got a distinct personality.
See,
and
looking at
swag.
you, okay, the Scott Frost sitting next to you,
Yeah.
the way he is, his personality, and you. Does your wife ever tell you just don't, just quiet? Because you are so intense.
and Scott's wife is like, "Are you awake?"
Come on,
Give him CPR. And she's like, I'm alive, honey. I'm alive.
maybe we need to do. Remember, the show Wife Swap or Husband? Like,
Oh, my
I
God.
need to go with Frost's wife for a little bit. Scott goes just like to go to dinner and talk.
Right.
Because Kim will be like, thank God, a guy that's not screaming. I gotta imagine Scott Frost's wife. Thank God, a guy that just wears his emotions on his sleeve. My problem with my wife is this is embarrassing, but when I walk around the house and I clap.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to one room. I
scare
clap.
her?
And I got kind of a loud clap.
Shocker.
The amount of times I go to clap and I'll like stop.
Like-
no, I'm not clapping.
Is it like an exclamation point, or is it like,
Just
"Do
a
this,
happy.
guys? Come on,
No,
man."
usually I'll just do. Sometimes I'm going to let the dog out. I gotta have a little. I don't know what it is.
She's in a good mood.
Maybe that's what it is. Some people whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My
it'll
neighbor's
snap.
a whistler, a good whistler.
Yeah, I don't
Just-
know.
Good.
He's. I mean,
Whistler.
you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I mean, like, I'm like, how?
Many tones and bars and whatever.
Yeah, I know
always
what
wish I
song
could
that
do the whole
is.
coach, like the
I can't do
I
that
would
either.
love
The
it.
2-finger whistle.
Oh, that's powerful.
Yeah.
If it, yeah, you, I
Or
can't do
that
that.
without the fingers. Just, my
Yeah,
dad can do
that is
that. Yeah, my dad can be like walking, and it's high
To me,
pitched.
that's
Yeah.
now. Is your dad like a badass?
Frank has transitioned. He was, and he still is.
You're gonna love
but,
this.
But now when we have our family gathering, he brings his net and chases butterflies through the ditch. So, but what? I know he loves them. He
He's
knows
starting-
all the
he's
the
collecting.
phylum, genus, species of all these butterflies. Yeah, it's
Now,
like
wasn't
it's crazy.
It used to be roadkill,
Oh yeah.
right?
He was into roadkill.
Yeah, well,
So we went from
because-
roadkill to butterflies.
Back when
That's
you
quite
could
a-
sell a raccoon pelt for $30 up in Weeping Water, he'd pick us up from school and be like, we gotta go up to Lashera. Got two
Got a great
beavers, a
roadkill
raccoon.
season.
I did. I got 4 mink, a beaver, and 6 raccoons, and we'd
When
head
I'm
up to
driving,
Lashera.
I can't even. You know, you can see there might be roadkill in the distance. You can't help to take
Yeah.
a
You
peek.
try to
I've
avert
gotten
your
where
eyes.
If I take a peek, I'm done for the day.
You avert your eyes.
Yeah, it's
I'm
rough.
like, oh God, did you see that?
And some of them are just like, like he's sleeping. Other ones are just
Some
destroyed.
look like straight up, just like on a
How fast was that?
Posturepedic.
How fast
some
was
of it's
that
like,
truck going?
did
was
Hannibal
awful.
Lecter get a hold of
Awful.
it?
I know, it's sad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah,
How does he?
so-
So when you catch a butterfly in a net, is it an aggressive swat? Is it more of like a
Okay, who was
Yeah,
it the other
it's
day
an-
that you were
it's
talking
aggressive.
to that was concerned?
concern?
Oh, my cousin Mark was in town from St. Louis and sent me a text. He's driving through Valley, and he goes random. He goes, I'm pulling in to get gas, and I look to my left, and I see your dad in the median of Highway 92 catching butterflies.
Pat.
It's awesome.
Pat.
And my dad is a huge fan of you and of everybody at the Zone and everything. So he's
called in.
You know what, though?
he is
Here's-
gonna love that you have an opinion on his butterflies.
No, but here's the thing. I'm at the point in my life, I respect people. Like, if you're passionate about something, like, I just respect people that he's like, you know what? I want to catch butterflies, so I'm
Yeah.
going to catch butterflies.
He had an
And to
interest,
hell
had a
with what
hobby.
society thinks of whether or not this is normal or not. Do you have a picture that you're going to show?
He's-
Father's Day on the dam by my brother's house.
There you go.
See, that's great.
Isn't that great? He's waiting for the
You know what?
butterflies
Now
to come in. He's
I
waiting.
respect it. I actually think I want to go butterfly hunting with him.
Was,
Seriously,
was
though,
he
you
like?
know what I mean? Like, the
I
older
know.
you get, the more you're like, I respect people that are like, yeah, I like to catch butterflies.
And-
I
and
don't
because
care.
the older you
I
get,
enjoy
you're-
this makes me happy.
Right. And
You're,
he buys
uh,
exotic woods from all over the world
Yeah.
and pins them on them and makes scenes. Like he loves it. Loves it.
See, that is.
Is he going to start going to craft shows with these or selling them?
Start.
Oh, sorry.
Come on.
Actually, he's got Sophia Mannon one this past Saturday.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's amazing. Though.
Yeah.
That is. I respect
But you know,
that.
they say that people get older, their give up is just off the chart.
My dad is. I
don't give
when
one.
He comes. So sometimes my mom and dad are both retired, and when they'll come babysit my 3-year-old daughter, shout out to my 3-year-old daughter. my dad will still brings a briefcase. Okay, like like a it almost looks like a computer briefcase, not like an old school like we got $1 million like
Right.
the money.
And two little locks. Click, click.
Yeah, not like that.
Okay.
And sometimes he'll sit down and be like, got a lot of work to do today, and he'll pull out like Sudoku or a crossword puzzle, and it's like
It's like a little kid in their backpack with all their
let's
toys,
not-
right?
misconstrue what work is.
Right.
Like you act like he's gonna pull out like someone's tax return and
brief.
like, amend this in here.
A legal brief to get this.
Gotta get
No,
some
you know what
memos
it's
out.
like though is when you take the kids somewhere, you take a bag full of stuff to keep them busy.
See, he keeps himself. I got unless she's really good at crossword puzzles.
Right. No interest.
No,
I'm
you know
impressed
One of the
with
more
Sudoku,
underrated
though.
joys of life that I've with Mavis starting preschool. My daughter
Yeah.
started picking up your kid from school.
Yeah.
Good natural feeling right there.
It is.
Natural
It's good,
high.
and because I'm done with that now because my son drives officially as of like 3 months
Three,
ago.
yeah.
So those days are done, and it's nice not having to do that. But it was awesome.
When they're little,
Yeah.
because when they
little.
get older, they're
You
kind of
know,
like,
and they don't want anything to do with
Yeah,
it.
but that also then makes it more fun because when my daughter would turn 13 and I was picking her up from middle school and she was at you're embarrassing me with every breath you take, Dad. I had the car filled with balloons, and as soon as she was walking towards, I opened the sunroof and they went poof, and I had them tied.
Oh, Pat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she would have choked me.
So you're on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being Justin Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
How cool are you to your daughter?
A -6.
you got that to look forward to.
you go.
That's it. Yeah.
And
See,
no matter
my
what you
goal
do-
is to never. I am gonna.
Because you will be
The harder you try, the more she'll
Really?
resist.
Because I tried.
Where does it? Is it when they start to get interested in boys?
Yes, and when they care about what their friends think, and yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't think you're funny, or
No, she'll laugh occasionally when we're by ourselves.
I'll give you a.
Yeah.
We're in private. You get a laugh from me.
Get
but
her to
publicly,
like an
no way.
Instagram post. You're crazy.
Really?
Do you
Not
get in
gonna
trouble
happen.
for that though too?
Yeah, unless it's
If you comment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I comment. unless it's on a family thing. But can't comment.
This is great.
Yeah, I'm just some pro tips for you. And it goes away before you know it, because it doesn't go away until it's gone. Like, it doesn't like trickle.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, you do what you normally do with your kids out in
And
public,
then
and then all of a sudden one day you like go in for the knuckle bump or the hug, and they're like,
Get
damn,
off me.
you're embarrassing me. The Heisman you. Yeah, it's
Really?
just like that. It's
Gosh,
gone.
the thought that my daughter would ever not think I'm really cool, really funny, and want to hug.
You need to start preparing yourself instantly. Yeah, she may still
Like,
want to
what-
hug.
okay, so my daughter's 3.
Okay.
You gotta-
How many more years do you think
probably,
I got?
Probably 10.
Do you think 13?
I think 13's about 13's
Junior
about 13,
high,
14.
I would say middle school probably is about right.
Usually
'Cause
then,
that's-
like, if like 6th, 7th grade, they're still cool. Like when they're
Yeah.
not around their friends, like you go out with the family and they're jokey. But after that, like, I haven't, on the way to school, with the times I've taken Sophia to school this year in the morning, I haven't said one word. She just sits there, and I'm like, hey, but what's up? Nothing. You excited? Yeah. Are you excited? You gonna have a good day? Well, yeah.
Duh.
Duh. So what are you gonna have for lunch? Oh, food.
Food.
What? And then I see her jump out like she backflips to her friends. What's up?
Oh,
You've gotta be
ow!
kidding
And you
me.
just drive away.
In tears.
Oh, guess
Listen to
not.
Michael Bolton. How am I supposed to live with that?
You know what? That's what you need to start doing is cranking that song. That's it.
Lil Bolton.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, you know
Lil
what
Bolton.
You know what my fave song is I still do this with the kids. Unfortunately, I don't take Bennett to school anymore, but man, freshman year was lit with this one.
Nice.
Roll Up with Party in the USA by Miley. They
Who
knew
doesn't
it.
like that song?
And I would crank the bass as high as it would go. So it would be boom, 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 and then Party. Oh, it was awesome. And they...
Like, is Pat listening to
Oh my
listen
god.
to Travis Scott and Future and
Nope.
nope, it's Miley Cyrus.
You should check his phone ringer too. It
yeah.
used to be Skater
gotta-
Boy for a
okay.
long time, and then it was
yeah.
let's see, what was it? What was the other one too? You had some
That was Rob Thomas.
Rob Thomas. Yeah, that was right. Yeah.
RT.
Who doesn't love some rock?
Right?
You need to get a video of that stuff. You know, like
I know.
did you video when you were like cranking the tunes, or do a little karaoke in the car and put the video on her so she can?
We used to do things called Musical.lys. There was a Musical.ly.
yeah.
Now it's TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's where you like 15-second little videos where you'd lip sync and
She
you
liked
do fun
doing those
stuff.
with you at first.
Yeah. At first.
And then, just like everything else, it
Yeah.
just slowly fizzled.
Yeah, we got like 100 likes on one of them too. But nothing. Crickets. I know.
No, no more.
It'll come back, just like anything in life.
Yeah.
You think? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know.
But it's fun. But it is fun to embarrass them.
Yeah.
With just whatever.
Yeah, once you stop being cool, that's the thing you have to tell. You want to tell these kids, like, you understand, you have two choices. You either continue to think I'm cool, and if you then decide you don't think I'm cool, well, then I'm going to go 100 miles per hour
Yeah.
in the opposite direction and be an embarrassment to you.
Right.
You think I'm embarrassing now?
Yeah.
You think I'm not
That's
cool
a
now.
great line.
Because I'm not even trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think I'm not cool now? I'm actually trying to be cool.
right. You wait till I stop trying.
Now I'm going to try not to be cool. You're not going to like that very much at all.
Only
I need to
thing.
remember that.
Yes.
I think that's going to be, I'm going to have a talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it turns
That's
about
a-
11 or 12. I'm like,
You
here's the
might
thing.
want to sit her down
That's
and
great.
I don't know, just kind of sort of lay the groundwork
Like
and
it's
say,
gonna be a
listen,
birds and the
in
bees
about 5
conversation.
years, you're going to start changing your mind about me, and I'm just warning you right now.
I know your body's
Yeah.
going through some different changes in mind and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
if you don't think I'm cool now,
That is such a great line.
That's true.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so there you
Okay.
go.
It's
That's
going to get
awesome.
real. So,
Oh my
and
God.
what's great about taking it all back to the whole podcast thing is
Yeah.
that now your wife can have her own. You can be on your show. You can do whatever you want because it's you.
You know
you can
what?
have her on the show. You can have your daughter on the show.
Yeah.
It used to be, too, you had to be careful what you said on the radio when it came to the kids.
Totally.
Because the other kids were riding with their parents that would maybe
right.
hear him talking. So he didn't talk about a lot of stuff.
Oh, I got in trouble a couple of times.
A couple
you?
times, but there was he did. He kind of tempered his speech. It's like, I can't talk about that on the radio. Bennett will kill me.
Yeah.
You know, so now
I got the freedom.
say anything you want. Because I guarantee you they're not listening to the podcast.
Are you kidding me? Talk about you check your daughter's like, subscribe, download when she gets old enough. That's not going to happen.
It's not?
I don't think.
She's not going to listen to your podcast.
Sophia did listen to a podcast when she was on it with my niece.
She came in to be on the podcast with her friends. It was her
Her
cousins.
yeah, my
And
nieces.
they were all in here, so it was all girls, and they were just having they did their own podcast. Hilarious.
It was fun.
I'm all in on that.
They talk about Grey's Anatomy. They talk
Great.
about boyfriends,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
One of the podcast, Bill Simmons has his daughter who's 13 or 14. She has like teen culture watch or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
We should get her in here more often, but she won't come near him
Let her
because
talk about
he's not
Shawn
cool.
Mendes and
right. You
New Kids on the
if
Block.
he
Is
were-
that what
Yes,
girls are into these
yeah.
days?
Friends.
Yeah, right.
Friends, Saved by the Bell, Zach Morris.
Yeah.
Right.
Ask her if Zach and Kelly are actually going to end up together.
God.
See that look of nonsense go on
Seriously?
her face. I do think with my wife, I do want to get my wife on the pod every once in a while because I do like to every once in a while we're at dinner, I'll just start quizzing her about the most basic things of sports. Like, the Dallas Cowboys play what sport? And she's like, I make her out to be a Valley girl. But she's like, hockey? I'm like,
That is awesome.
So I think what I want to bring her on the pod, and I
Yeah.
want to just have like a 5-question quiz of the most
Right.
we're not going to get into
Mundane,
the most basic
101.
surface level 101 sports stuff,
Okay.
just so you guys can understand how much my wife doesn't care about sports.
that is
How did you ever get her to go out with you?
I don't know. I think that was why I was
right.
like,
That's a great question.
I was so I was persistent with her.
Why don't you know me?
You were going to like me.
You don't
whether
like
you
me,
like
do
it or
you?
not. You're going to
See, you're lucky you're an athletic, good-looking dude. Because if you weren't, that'd have been stalking. That would have been like
It's true.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only difference between stalking and
It's
not
about
stalking is
30
whether or
pounds.
not if you like. Yeah.
It's hot. Hot or not.
right.
Totally true. Is he hot or not?
Yeah.
If he's really hot, you're standing out outside my window watching me get undressed. Whatever.
Yeah.
Fat guy,
Right.
you're a perv.
Channing Tatum's watching you get out of the shower. It's all
Awesome.
good.
Yeah,
You
right,
know?
right. That's
Awesome.
not fair.
I'll invite him in.
Come on, it's open. Channing, it's open.
right. That's not fair. Jack Black's out there. He's arrested.
911.
Yeah. right.
So yeah, so I need to get. I'll get my wife
Yeah.
on the podcast.
That'd be awesome.
Well, we're proud of you, buddy. You're
Hey,
killing.
man,
You're doing
I
great.
I thank you.
Absolutely.
I mean,
You got it,
this
man.
is
Anything
as
we can do to
exciting
help,
as
man.
it
And
is-
that, I mean, seriously, it's like we're watching this. This is fun for us.
well,
to watch this.
As exciting as this is, it's also it's a little scary because you're embarking into a new world.
Yeah.
And it helps so much to have people that you know, that you trust, that you like, that you've known. I've known you guys for a decade now.
Yeah.
With coming on with you guys.
Do you remember
with
we were in adjacent studios,
Yeah,
and
so it was
literally
like
the laughter was
forced
ridiculous.
friendships.
You
Yeah.
taught us how to Dougie. Remember that video?
Right?
I do remember that.
See, that was a long.
That was a
I've
long time
since
ago.
forgotten.
Yeah,
how to Dougie.
I've got the video still on your
I'm gonna
YouTube
have
channel.
to
It's
review
private.
the video of it.
private.
I'm gonna have to review the video of it. But no, I
My
appreciate
daughter
you guys.
made me make it private.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
That's what needs that. But thank you guys.
You got
Thank you.
This has been a thrill to get this thing launched, and I hope people will enjoy the podcast because
I know they will.
I'm so excited about doing it.
NickBahe.com. That's
Yes.
where you got to go.
And all socials, they're all there. Everything else is on the
Yeah.
website.
Oh, and then one other place you got to go real quick too. KuglerVision.
Yeah, go to KuglerVision. And Chick
Yeah.
went to KuglerVision, got LASIK.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Weird
looks-
seeing him without glasses.
It
right?
is. It's going to take a little bit. You know,
He's taller.
and his
Crazy.
like one of his kids said, "Dad, you look mad." Like he apparently has like the
angry brow.
angry brow.
They
but
call it the Angry 11s, like right there.
Yeah,
we had that, the Angry 11s.
Does he kind of?
Yeah.
When I would do the show with him, and every once in a while, people with glasses will just take off their glasses for a second. I'd be like,
Whoa.
"Who are you?
Right.
I used
Put
to
them on.
feel
Put them back on. What are you doing?" But now
honestly,
I've like following him on Instagram. He looks good.
he does. I remember that to my grandma. When my grandma would take her glasses off, it was like, whoa, grandma,
Yeah.
that doesn't even look like you.
He looked like a different person.
What the heck?
How did that happen?
We all
Right?
thought Clark Kent, that was a terrible disguise, but really, it was
was
a great
a great
disguise for
disguise.
Superman.
Look at that. If Kent,
Right?
Yeah.
Right. If,
Same
if Superman got LASIK,
Kent Clark got LASIK. No. Lois Lane. She knew what was going on.
He should have gone to Kugler Vision. I'm just telling
right.
you right now. See, that's once again, you want to lose the old technology. They got the technology. They can get you there. Go in for that private the consultation. Pat went in. I've been in there. It's like a spaceship in there. They do all the tests, and then they say, okay, here are all the options, and then they get you taken care of. Sometimes that very day.
yep, it's great. So, and when you go in, tell them you heard it on the Pat and JT podcast. It's KuglerVision.com.
There you go. NickBahe.com again.
Thanks, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.